Hello everyone, hopefully everyone's having a great evening, great day, great week. So everyone probably has seen these videos where you can get a free knife, allegedly anyway, or go on a website and get a free skin, for example. So this video is generally about how to get a free knife without actually spending any money. So as most of you know, you have to buy Prime for CS2, which is a normal thing to do. Most people do it. Most people want to have that Prime status so you can play without the cheaters, which is just normal, you know, it's just common sense. So I've done my workouts in terms of how you can actually get a free knife. So let's say you did decide to buy the Prime. So now it means that you can get the weekly drops. I'm not 100% sure if you can do it without the Prime, but if you did it per week in terms of weekly drops, so I've used ChatGPT to find like an average value in terms of how you can actually, how much money you would get from the cases. Let's say obviously the chances of you getting a Bravo case are expensive, a more expensive case is higher, well not higher, well it's lower percentage, but there's always that chance. So apparently a Bravo case can get like 1 in 10,000 approximately anyway, which is quite high, but you never know. One week maybe you'd get lucky and it's worth, let's say, £50 for the actual case. So let's say you did it as an average per week, you've got one case and you saved up. So it can take you approximately 200 weeks to get the cheapest knife, you know, the cheapest knife, like £50. That would be generally the cheapest knife you can probably get, like a Navajo or Shadow Daggers, like Roscoe or whatever, you know, whatever the cheapest knife is. Let's say between £50 and like £70, which is not a lot, let's say. But if you got lucky, you got a Bravo case, obviously that weekly time would go much lower, because 200 weeks is estimated one per week in terms of a case, and the case average is about 25p. So this is average, this isn't just, or one week you would get a case that's worth £1 and next week you would get a case that's worth 40p, for example. So it averages out. So obviously one week you can get lucky and next week you might not get lucky, but that's the same with the Bravo case. So there's always a chance you can get a Bravo case. Luckily I've somehow managed to get two back in a couple of years ago. I got a Bravo case, it was worth like £5. I got one recently, a couple of weeks ago, and it's worth like £50. So I can, technically speaking, I can already afford a knife if I do decide to sell it or keep it, which I'm going to do because I don't want to open it. I know it's going to be worth much more money in the future. So if you did that for 200 weeks, you could technically afford a free knife. This is not like troll or anything, like this is generally serious. Like you could actually afford a knife without actually spending any money. Obviously there is that 5% fee that is included as well, so you wouldn't have to be worrying about, oh yeah, what happens if I sell all my cases and my, you know, all the stuff you have saved up for 200 weeks. You would be able to afford the cheapest knife you can, which is crazy to think about. Like, this is not a troll video. You could actually do this legitly without actually spending any money or anything like that to actually get lucky, essentially, and get a free knife or skin you want to buy within saving these cases. Obviously market fluctuates, so it could one week be higher, next week could be lower, so just be mindful of that. But technically speaking, you can actually get a knife for not spending any money besides obviously buying the Prime section, because I'm not too sure if you can get free cases from just playing, but I'm pretty sure you have to buy Prime. So if you do decide to actually go for it, you could actually, technically speaking, get a free knife without actually spending any money, which is actually crazy to think about. But obviously it's a lot of grind. It's nearly, what, more than 8 months worth of grinding constantly, which is actually crazy to think about. But as I said, there might be some people that don't want to spend money and they just want to grind. Like I said, you might even get lucky and get a Bravo case, and then you're literally sorted, essentially. Obviously you would need to save from another couple of weeks and you can actually get it. So like I said, you can actually grind for it. And this is no troll video. I'm not like these other videos where you actually have to pay for something to actually get something, such as Armory Pass. You literally have to pay for that to actually try to achieve something, essentially. But you don't want to do that. You want to generally just grind the game and get these cases and sell them on. But, you know, again, it depends how you want to go from there in terms of how you want to achieve that goal. Obviously there's other options such as buying the armory pass, which other videos would potentially explain that, but this is legitimately just playing the game, not spending any money and getting a free knife. So yeah, I mean, if you dispute that, please let me know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.